we'd try something a little different.
What's this?
A Gibson. It's the same as a martini, but garnished with a pickled onion instead of an olive.
I don't like it.
You know, you have been very churlish lately. Our Friday afternoons used to be the highlight of my week. Are you going to ruin another one?
I know. June, I'm sorry.
So what is it, Herb?
I'm in a pickle. I've discovered that it's easier to determine the lesser of two evils than decide which is the worthier of two godsends.
Godsends?
Last month, at the ACS conference, Jack Wilson offered me a position at Caltech.
Wow!
Obviously, being on the Caltech faculty would be a huge step up in prestige, but here at Alfred, they've given me the opportunity to build something special, and I'd love to stay and finish the job.
And I chose tonight to serve you a pickled onion.
If I've been churlish, it's because I'm an incurable scientist. I make decisions based on exhaustive research and critical analysis. I've done all that, and I'm still stumped. However, I do have one more sledgehammer left in my scientific toolbox, and I've decided to use it.
What's that?
Skepticism.
Skepticism?
Healthy skepticism. As a research chemist, it's the basis of everything I do. See, on the surface, the opportunity at Caltech and the great job here at Alfred appear to be lucky breaks. But if I dig deep enough, it's guaranteed I'll find something rotten with both of them. Then comes the easy part. All I have to do is choose the lesser of two evils.
Herb, that's a terrible way to look at life. I've never known you to be negative. Ever since you lost Rose and I lost Harry, these Fridays have been a wonder for both of us. We've each been able to look at the glass in our hand and always see it half full. A personal decision is not something you can study underneath a microscope. No matter what decision you make, I fear that if you base it on the negatives, you'll never be happy with it. And you could regret it for the rest of your life.
No. I've run into a brick wall and I've got to break it down.
Well, when do you have to decide?
End of the year.
So you have time. Whenever I have a problem, you know what I do?
What?
I stuff it into a mason jar, seal it tight, and store it in the back of the pantry.
You what?
Mm-hmm. It's something my mother taught me, and it's a great way to keep your sanity. In fact, to this day, I use the same old mason jar that she gave me. It's one of my prized possessions.
I don't get it.
Run into a brick wall? Don't know what to do? Why worry and fret and make yourself unhappy? It's like making preserves. You store the problem in the back of the pantry for a while, let it ferment, and guess what?
What?
The problem takes care of itself. It works every time. Wait a minute.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
If you think you're going to get me to play some cockamamie kindergarten game, you've got another thing coming. Modern civilization did not arrive where it is today by relying on old wives' tales. So you've never known me to be negative. Well, I've never known you to dabble in nonsense. A scientist is obliged to rely on...
Remember when I told you I couldn't decide what to wear to Jerry's wedding? Well, everybody loved that simple lavender dress, didn't they? The problem solved itself. Now that's the last time I've needed to use this jar, so it's empty. If you promise to treat it with care, you can use it to break through that brick wall you've run into. Unscrew the lid.
I can't do this.
What have you got to lose?
My professional integrity. And my mind. If I unscrew the lid to that jar...
You'll make me very happy.
Make you happy? Why?
Because you're my friend. And I know it's going to work. And then I'll have the satisfaction of having made a contribution to your happiness. And isn't that what friends are for?
Still don't like it. Promise me one thing,
What?
that you will never, ever tell any one of our friends or anyone we know at the university what I'm about to do.
I promise. Unscrew the lid.
I never thought I'd be the one.
The one what?
The one fated to take the first step toward the end of civilization as we know it.
Well, civilization could use some improvement, and you could be the catalyst. Unscrew the lid. Good. Now, this is important. My mother swore by it. You're right-handed, so hold the jar in your right hand. And put your problem into the jar with your left hand.
That feels backward.
Exactly. Well, you're trying to jog your thinking. So you need to start by doing something that isn't normal.
Oh, God. I guarantee no chemist ever won the Priestley medal holding experiments in a jam jar.
Now stuff it into the jar. Good. Be sure to screw the lid on tight. Perfect. Now, the pantry doesn't seem quite right for you. I think I'll store it in the back of the liquor cabinet.
These do grow on you. Must be an acquired taste.
There. Nothing to do now, but wait.
You're a pro at this. I'm just a beginner. Is it all right if I fidget?
Don't even think about it. Let's drink to better times.
June, will you marry me?
Yes, sir. I will.
Wait a minute. What just happened?
Something extraordinary.
When I came here tonight, I had no intention to ask you that. In fact, it never entered my mind. I mean, it literally never entered my mind. I never thought it. I just said it.
I know what you mean.
And you answered, boom, without a thought.
Yes, I did.
Do you know what this means?
Yes, Herb. I know what this means.
Total disruption of our lives.
Yes! But is that a bad thing?
I'm already torn about what to do next.
Oh, let's not worry about that. It's fermenting in the back of the liquor cabinet. That decision will take care of itself.
What if I decide to go to Caltech? I researched it. Pasadena is 2,576 miles from here. Would you be okay with that?
I see it as a grand adventure.
And if I stay in this little burg?
Same. As Thoreau said, the most valuable kind of travel is the inward journey of soul searching.
This feels right, but I've never, ever in my life made such an important decision without analyzing the facts. Or at least reflecting on them. What's going on?
And then maybe it was the Gibsons. I thought we'd try something a little different tonight, and look what happened. Why don't I make us two more, so we can celebrate?
Celebrate. Yes, by God, we should celebrate. But my head is spinning. When you told me to unscrew the lid to that jar, you said, what have I got to lose? Well, I think I've lost my mind.
No, Herb. I think you found it.